So this is the power of my signal group. So you can see I gave the signal for that particular trade for them to sell crash 1,000. So but one of the participants was telling me he doesn't have a what, the balance he have is a very low balance. So that is only having what, so the balance he has is a very low balance that is looking for what, for a low risk buy opportunity, a low risk sell, that he only has $3 in his account and he want to grow the account. So and that was what I told him. That was what I told him. So that was what I told him. And I gave him that setup that day. And that was how far we've come able to it. So on my signal group and my main class, how I does my things. I've said it earlier that I've done it times without number and I'll keep doing it. So you can see I gave that signal for crash 1,000 for them to sell. I gave them the TP, the stop loss and everything, but he said he only has $3 in his account. And the $3 that he has in his account is very, very low. Very, very low. So he said he's going to be patient. You understand the power of what trading. Number one rule of trading is what is patience. I said he's going to be patient so that he can have a good entry on volatility 75, because volatility 75 is less volatile in terms of what the lot size. So he wanted growing his account. So and I told him, this is what I told him. So you can see it's been long I traded volatility 75. Honestly, I can't remember the last time I traded volatility 75. So I can't really say how the movement is. The volatility too, I can't say if it has reduced or increased. So but I just told him, no problem. Let's see what normal day London and New York session will be. So that is the power. That is my trading time. So I just gave him that time, but unfortunately, the minute he talked to me, I feel touched that $3 is more than, let's see how far we can go. So I went back on my chart and I did my analysis and I gave him that setup that you should buy volatility 75 now. So but fortunately for him, I was able to spot my setup for him after I've done my analysis that time. Look at the time I gave him. Look at just how many minutes back from them. So I was able to spot my setup at that time, and the setup was Asian session. Look at the time that we're chatting. That was 11:16 p.m. in the night. We are moving to Asian session. So the setup was Asian session because of the what? Because of the time. So I gave him that setup to buy volatility 75, and I went back to one of my accounts that so I went back onto my account that I recently withdrew, and the balance I have there is very low, which is 0.15 cents. So I went back to my account. So you can see I pick up the trade myself directly. So the balance was 0.15 cents. I just withdraw on that account. So I left that. I even know I was just thinking I'm going to fund the account again. But so I just pick up and I said that okay, the margin for volatility 75 has actually induced. So the minimum margin that is required is 0.10 cents. So it's very, very good. So if you want to grow a small account, you can use volatility 75 to grow the account. So and I have 0.15 cents. Okay, let's see what the 5 cent can do. I've seen my setup already. So I just gave him that setup and he appreciated it. He picked up the trade. So the following day, I followed up with it. You can see the time. That was 12:52 already. The full started the day already, and the movement was going. The movement was going that way. It was going that way. And at the end of the day, I just set up my stop loss, my take profit, and I went back to sleep. And you can see it actually hit my take profit. And I updated him in the morning as at beginning of London session already that tick PH race. OP caught it. So that is how I trade, and that is how my signal group is all about. So, but unfortunately for this particular person, I didn't even know the reason why he said he's having $5. He's having $3. It was when he sent me that I see that I had some margins that has been in a what in a position and is currently on loss. So that day he gave me the signal and just that he went on. So he gave me so the $3 he had has grown to what? He was able to grow it to what? To $9. He was able to grow it to $9, and that is how, and his aim was what was achieved, and